Let's explore the kingdom of God. Really, we're looking at more details about the kingdom because recently we looked at millennialism and the doctrines. There was amillennialism, premillennialism, postmillennialism. These were all different views about a 1,000-year kingdom that's mentioned in the Bible. Again, we're going to look deeper at this kingdom. And from the three different perspectives or views, and the fact that some of those have two or three at least views or sub-views, we see there's confusion about the kingdom, and we want to dig deeper so we can understand it. The timing of the kingdom is important. In Matthew 16, verse 24, Jesus told his disciples, "If anyone would come after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross and follow me. For whoever would save his life will lose it, but whoever loses his life for my sake will find it. For what will it profit a man if he gains the whole world and forfeits his soul? Or what shall a man give in return for his soul? For the Son of Man is going to come with his angels in the glory of his Father, and then he will repay each person according to what he has done. Truly I say to you, there are some standing here who will not taste death until they see the Son of Man coming in his kingdom." What Jesus is really saying, if we paraphrase it, some of you guys here will still be alive when the kingdom comes, or when my kingdom comes. Some try to change that statement or twist it a little bit to agree with the timing of the doctrine they have been taught or that they are teaching. It's a pretty simple statement. It's easy to understand. Some of you standing here will not taste of death until you see the Son of Man coming in his kingdom. The kingdom came shortly after Jesus made that statement. Most and maybe all of those people that were there in Matthew 16 were still alive when it happened, just like Jesus said it would. Well, we recall there was that dream Nebuchadnezzar had in Daniel 2, statue, golden head, excuse me, and other things there about the statue that we know, feet of iron and clay. Jesus and his kingdom is what that dream was about. The kingdoms of earth and the kingdom of God. Jesus talked about a crushing stone in Matthew 21. We look at that verse, Matthew 21, verse 42. Jesus said to them, "Have you never read in the scriptures? The stone that the builders rejected has become the cornerstone. This was the Lord's doing, and it was marvelous in our eyes. Therefore I tell you, the kingdom of God will be taken away from you and given to a people producing its fruits. And the one who falls on this stone will be broken to pieces, and when it falls on anyone, it will crush him." When the chief priests and the Pharisees heard his parables, they perceived that he was speaking about them. So we can see the Pharisees and the chief priests understood, as I hope we, our listeners, will understand, that he was talking about them at that time right there. In other words, again, paraphrasing, Jesus is saying, right now, that crushing stone from that dream, that kingdom thing is happening right now. That's the timing of the kingdom. People still alive then, seeing it, and he's telling Pharisees, this is happening right now, and I'm the crushing stone. Summary of all this. So, Jesus said, some of you will still be alive when the kingdom comes. Jesus told the Pharisees, my kingdom is coming and crushing you right now. Others are teaching that it's sometimes still yet to come in the future, not here yet. Jesus' kingdom already exists. Jesus is already translating or transferring people into his kingdom. Colossians 1:13, he has delivered us from the domain of darkness, transferred us to the kingdom of his beloved Son, in whom we have redemption, the forgiveness of sins. And if we look, Jesus had a job to do. He died. He buried. We know that he raised. And he established his kingdom by doing that. He's sitting at the right hand of God with his scepter on his throne, ruling his spiritual kingdom. We as converts or Christians or sinners, we have a job to do. We need to die to sin. We need to be buried in baptism. We need to raise to walk in newness of life. But there's one other role at least happening here. We have Satan, don't we, doing something. He's trying to stop it from happening. He tried to stop it from happening with Jesus. tempted him and all kind of things. He's trying to stop us from being converted, from obeying, being godly. It's with false doctrine. He's helping perpetrate it. He's got lies going on, and he's got confusion going on about something as simple as the kingdom of God, that there would be some there that would not die when it was already established, and so on and so on. Satan sure does a good job. I hope he doesn't fool or deceive you about Christ's kingdom that you could become a part of.